Hello friends, my name is Alexa and welcome to the first video on my channel where I will be talking about the various books that I have read so far. Today I will be talking about the first book in the Disney A Twisted Tale series called A Whole New World by Liz Braswell. In case you didn't know about the Twisted Tale series, this series takes your classic Disney films and adds a little twist to them. In this book, A Whole New World takes the classic film Aladdin and adds a little twist to it. The twist in this book is, what if Jafar gets the lamp? Before I delve into what goes on or what happens in this book, I will warn you that there will be spoilers. If you want to avoid spoilers altogether, I will leave a timestamp in the description of when I rate this book. With that said, let's get started. And I will warn you now, there will be spoilers from this point on. The beginning of this book starts off with a little prologue that introduces Aladdin's mother as well as his two friends Morgana and Dubon. Morgana and Dubon will play a larger role in this book later on. Then after the prologue, it follows exactly how it does in the movie up until when Jafar gets the lamp. After Jafar gets the lamp, he goes back to Agrabah and makes his first two wishes, which are to become the Sultan and also become a very powerful sorcerer. After he makes his two wishes, Jafar offs Jasmine's dad by pushing him off of the balcony. Then it takes Aladdin, I think, 3 days to claw himself out of the Cave of Wonders after it collapsed on top of him. And then once he returns to Agrabah, he stumbles upon a parade that Jafar is holding where he is tossing money to his subjects. And Aladdin found that to be very creepy. He did not like the vibes at all, so he goes through. So then he tries to find his two friends, Morgana and Dubon. And then Morgana tells Aladdin that Jasmine is being held in her palace, being held captive. To me, Jafar is more scary and vile, and he's also more creepy and ruthless in this book than he is in the film, based off the fact that he almost kills Jasmine's tiger, Raja, when Raja's trying to protect Jasmine, because Jafar wants to make Jasmine his wife or his bride, so he even asked the genie to make Jasmine love him, but the genie said, no, I can't, he can't do that because that breaks the rules. So then Jafar tries to resort to other means on how to make Jasmine love him. So then after when Aladdin finds out that Jasmine is being held captive, he mounts this rescue operation by himself. He sneaks through the palace and breaks Jasmine out of her room, even though she was also trying to escape, so they kind of meet in the middle. And then all the guards are after them. And even, but before that, Jasmine and the genie have a little moment together where he's telling her about his life and how there were more people like the genie, and he even had a wife. And now he's the only survivor among his people because all of other genie's people are extinct or dead. And then, as they're escaping the palace, Aladdin accidentally kills one of the captains of the royal guards by accidentally crushing him with a statue. And even Jasmine is afraid to not get her hands dirty, because when Aladdin almost gets captured, she turns around and is like, no, we're going to escape together or we're not going to escape at all type of mentality. So she comes back for him and they escape on the magic carpet. Well, actually the magic carpet helps them escape, but the magic carpet gets captured. And then Jafar takes the magic carpet down to his torture chamber, where he's basically torturing the magic carpet. And he even has a moment where he's talking, quote unquote, talking to Iago, but Iago is not even there. So to me, it's like, okay, well, is Iago just a fiction of, or like a figment of his imagination then? Or did Iago pass away? You know what I mean? I don't know. So he's kind of like hallucinating Iago talking to him, even though he's not really there. So Jafar's kind of going mad a little bit. And then Jasmine and Aladdin kind of hold up where Duban and Morgana are staying. They're hiding out from Jafar's men and Jafar himself. And they're kind of trying to come up with this plan to like overthrow Jafar and free her people. And Genie's kind of helping them from behind the scenes and like kind of protecting Raja from Jafar. And when like Aladdin is like on watch to make sure that they're not found yet, he sees Jafar trying to bribe people to give up where Jasmine is hiding, and he tries to hypnotize some people to find information, but they're not giving him the information that he wants, so he kind of goes nuts and starts he decapitated, I think, one person's head for not giving him the correct answers. And then Jafar basically told everybody, if you don't give him the answers that he wants, they won't get any food unless they pledge their loyalty to them or to him. And while that's going on, Jasmine and Morgana are also trying to gather supporters for Jasmine's side so they can go up against Jafar. And they also find out that Jafar is after some book that's like basically like dark magic. They find this out from Genie, and so like there's a race against the clock to find this item before Jafar gets to it. But while they're intercepting like a caravan, they find out it's a trap, and that actually Jafar knew what they were up to all along thanks to the Genie, because he got information from him. And so he traps Duban's family in the hourglass instead of Jasmine. And so he's like giving them 24 hours to hand over Jasmine, or Duban's family will, suffocate to death. And so as they're preparing for battle, we see all these undead people, like soldiers, random civilians that Jafar has raised, an army of the dead to patrol the streets trying to find Jasmine, hunting her down, and also Jafar branding people who were like loyal to him. And then towards the end, there's like this big huge war or battle between the people the people in the street rats against Jafar's undead army, or those who are loyal to him. And then Jasmine's kind of acting like this military strategist, this leader, this revolutionist, that I thought was very nice to see Jasmine take the spotlight, where she kind of takes over the story more than Aladdin, where Aladdin kind of takes a step back and Jasmine takes over. And then I think Aladdin, Duban and Morgana try to sneak into the palace to go after Jafar, but they find out that Jasmine turned herself over because there's so much bloodshed going on, and she just wants this to stop. And so Jasmine, Aladdin, Dubon, and Morgana are just fighting against Jafar. During the battle, Jasmine almost kills Jafar, but Aladdin kind of talks her out of it, saying that he needs to be held on trial for all the stuff that he's done. Unfortunately, Dubon is the one who finishes the job, which is understandable considering Jafar had his family trapped in the hourglass. And then, as Jafar is about to die, he makes his last and final wish, which is that all magic will disappear along with him. And so that means Genie lost his magic and now he's immortal, a human. Then there's a little epilogue after all of that happens, and Jasmine is crowned as the Sultana, and she tells Aladdin that he will become a prince and rule alongside her, and so they spend the rest of their lives together. Genie wants to leave and travel the world, so he leaves along with Dubon, who wants to kind of redeem himself, because after Dubon killed Jafar, his family kind of is afraid of him. Of course, Morgana is upset that Dubon is leaving because she has a little crush that she was in love with him, but she's more than happy to wait for him to return. That's all that basically happens in this book. There's some more things that happen that I didn't go into detail with. All in all, I really enjoyed this book. I loved the darkness it had to it, or the dark themes. I liked how Jafar was really a villain in this book, and how Jasmine kind of became her own person, how she kind of took the lead while Aladdin kind of was there in the beginning, but then Jasmine, I don't know, really stood out to me more. I felt bad for the genie that he lost all of his magic and now he's just kind of stuck as a human, but what can you do, right? Anyway, I rated this book a 4.5/5 stars. Would I recommend this book? Yeah, I would if you are fans of the movie Aladdin, or if you like any of the characters from Aladdin, then this book is for you. Or if you just like Disney films or like Disney books in general, then this book is for you. If you like this video, please leave a like. If you want to see more videos like this where I talk about books that I've read, please subscribe. And if you have read this book before, then please let me know down in the comments, and tell me what you thought of this book, or rather what you liked, what you didn't like. Just have a discussion either with me or, between yourselves, if anybody else wants to leave a comment too. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, friends.